Today I am setting up the guppy tank finally, and it's going to be this right here. It's going to be an interesting video because I have never done what I'm about to do today, so make sure you stay tuned and let's get straight into this. So right here I've got some of the equipment for this build, soil in this box or some rocks, and then I've got a 𝗲𝘂𝘀𝗀𝗀 base. Look at that. Now some of you may be wondering, why on earth do you need a 𝗲𝘀𝘀𝗀 base for a fish tank? And some of you may be like, what the heck is a 𝗲𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗀 base? You guys will find out in just a moment. But let's get straight into this. I'm going to open this thing up. It's already open, but you can see there's another tank right here, brand new, for the next build. But yeah, let's get this thing open. We've got lights right here. Alright, so the tank is unboxed. I'm loving the way everything is looking so far, and I really like this light. It was around $10 on Amazon, and look how sleek it is. And it is a little bit bluish in color, but I really don't mind that too much. Now there's one thing I'm missing. I need to put a film on the back of this tank, and I'm thinking either white or a foggy color. And I was gonna go black, but all my other tanks right now are black in color, and I want something a little bit different. So I'm gonna go and get that on right now. So I decided to go with the Frost foggy back screen, and yeah, it's on there, looking really nice. Now let's flip this thing around. Alright, so there it is. Let me know what you guys think about the frosted background in the comment section down below. I know there are many people who don't like that color, and there are many people who will say do black colored backgrounds, but I've already got so many black colored background tanks, and I think frost will make this tank pop even more. So that's why I went with this color. And also you'll see the light is currently mounted on the side here, and that's because I just want this to cure, to fully cure before I put this on here, because I don't want this to peel off. So I'm gonna get this tank scaped, and the rocks I'm using today are these right here. This is an artificial lava rock. It's made of clay, kind of similar to that 𝗲𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗀 base. It's baked in a hot oven to form this, and that's kind of why I went with this rock, because it looks similar to that. The color, they're both gray in color, so I thought it would be a nice combination. So I'm gonna get the soil in and start scaping this tank. So as you can see, I've got some soil in this tank, and I'm still going to add a little bit more later, but what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to start scaping this tank, which is what I'm most excited about, and I'm going to be using this right here, the 𝗲𝘂𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀 base, and I'll show you some examples of what this is actually used for. But today I'm going to be putting it in this aquarium, and I don't think anyone does that. Usually it's not meant to be put in an aquarium, however I think you can, and I'm pretty excited. My theme with this aquarium, I didn't go over this yet, but is to make it look like the Mona Lisa, the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I don't know where Mona Lisa came from, but Leaning Tower of Pisa, maybe because it rhymes. But yeah, I'm going to have this lean over, kind of like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I think that'll be a pretty cool idea. I've never tried anything like this before, so I'm pretty excited. I've got some of my plants right here, and some anubias as well. As for the hardscape, I think I am done right there. I really like the look of it, and I really like this rock, to be honest. I still have some left right here, but the color of it is awesome, and the texture pretty nice too. So I'm gonna keep this for a future project, and I'm excited to see how this goes throughout this entire process. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this 𝗲𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗀 base out, and I'm going to attach some of these anubias Nana Petite that I've got onto it. And I don't know if I have any moss, but if I have some moss lying around, I might tie some of that onto to give it a more naturalistic look. So my aunt likes sewing, and she's got this container filled with sewing threads. So I'm going to look through these and try to find thread that I want. This is awesome. There's so many to choose from. So yeah, let's start. So this step took forever to finish. Well, not forever, but like 15 minutes for 2 pieces of Anubias tied onto the 𝗲𝗏𝗂𝗏𝗏, and I think there's a technique to tying stuff onto this 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, but clearly I haven't mastered that, and yeah, but at least I got it done, and I hope to never do this again. But I mean, I could have super glued it onto the 𝗲𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, but I didn't want to ruin the thing, so I decided to do the old school way of tying it on, and it works, so that's a good thing, I think. So here you can see I found myself some moss. This is just normal Java moss, and I've attached it together with the Anubias Nana Petite, and I am really loving the look of this. It looks quite natural, to be honest, and I'm gonna just do a few more of this. I've got a couple more Anubias Nana Petites left, so I'm gonna do maybe one more somewhere up here, and then we'll get this in the tank. That looks pretty nice in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, but let me know later, because it's gonna change a lot more once I start planting and adding more stuff into this tank. But I'm gonna leave the tower as it is right now. I could add more plants, but if I do that, then it'll look like a tree trunk, so I don't want to add too much to it. I want to keep the shape of the tower. But what I'm doing next is I'm going to start planting the other plants. So for the foreground, I'm going with 𝗲𝗏𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 in this opened area, and then in the back next to the tower and behind the tower, I'm going to be planting 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. So I've planted in the 𝗲𝗏𝗂𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, as you can see in the front, as well as in the back corner over there. Next up, I'm going with the 𝗲𝗾𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀, also known as the Australian dwarf clover in Japanese, and I'm going to be planting that behind the tower, as well as around it and a little bit in front of the tower. So I'm going to plant that next. So there it is, the 30cm cube Leaning Tower of Pisa aquascape is complete, and I've got to say I'm pretty excited about this, especially once all the plants start growing in. But everything could also go horribly wrong, because these plants would benefit a lot from CO2, except the Anubias. The Anubias don't need CO2, however they will do better with it. And I've also added some Monte Carlo up here. So what I basically did here is I put some lava rocks inside, and then above that I put some soil, and then I planted in some Monte Carlo that I had in my 60cm aquascape tank. Once that starts growing in, it'll look really cool. What the Monte Carlo should do is it should start drooping down the side of this tower, and I think that'll look really natural, kind of like a green curtain just drooping down. I think that'll look awesome. Now I hope I can grow these plants well, and underneath this light. I don't know if it's strong enough, but I'm gonna try my best. If it's not strong enough, I'll change it out for something a little bit stronger. And I also will be doing a DIY CO2 kit for this tank, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And I know the heater and the hang-on back filter doesn't look good right there. I could hide it behind this tower, but for now I'm gonna leave it there because that's the only place I can get flow out. If I put it behind this tower, the tower will block the flow coming out. So for now, it's just gonna stay right there. I think it'll do all right. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did like squad, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. I'll definitely update you guys on this tank. I hope it doesn't go all terribly wrong. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to this channel so that you don't miss out on all the other videos and projects to come. And I'll see you guys next time.